Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is EMP Jagan here. I just want to address the recent Overwatch changes that just came out. Yes! So, for those who don't know, Overwatch Competitive Season 1 just ended, and there have been some speculation on characters who need balance adjustments. Now, before I get to the really big news, let's go over the changes. Alright, starting with the general changes. Ultimates that consume the ultimate meter when activated will now drain the meter more quickly, quarter of a second compared to the previous 1 second, and they changed the size of projectiles. So no, really nothing important there, just general changes. Now on to Diva. The defense matrix has changed. You can no longer repeatedly tap the right mouse button. It's gonna start regenerating a 1 second delay, so formerly half a second. Hanzo, which I think is really nice, he's gonna get a 30% decrease in speed while aiming, formerly 40%, so that's a 10% difference, and the maximum projectile speed is going to increase by 30%. So I really like this change. Really in competitive, there's really no reason to use Hanzo, so giving one of the snipers, having him be more viable in the mid-range, I feel is a very good idea. So kudos to them on that. Alright, so on to Mei. The Blizzard projectile now pierces barriers. Again, nothing too crazy. With McCree, the Deadeye ultimate now drains over a quarter of a second period instead of displaying a 50% reduction on the ultimate meter when activated and 0% when confirmed. So the reason they changed this is because his McCree was building back, his ultimate was building back so fast if you were able to stuff it. So just a little change to there. Now here's a big one. Mercy, she's actually getting an increase on the healing time. So this is going to increase her healing by 20%. It's going to put her on the same level as Lucio's healing. So getting another viable healer is very good. I mean, she was good before, but really in this meta, there's really no reason to not use Lucio because he has that constant healing. And Mercy was used in more specific cases. So that is nice. And also they changed Resurrect, that you can start, actually get back into the action 2 seconds and a quarter compared to 3 seconds. So that's really good. And also another big change coming with Lucio. Lucio's speed decrease is going from 100%. I'm sorry, speed increase is going from 100% and is being decreased by 30. So now instead of moving twice as fast, you're only going to move about 1 and 3/4 fast. So 70% increase. I don't really like the change. Someone in the comment section of the Blizzard forum suggested that he should move 100% by himself, and then as he gets more teammates, he gets a little bit slower. I like that change because, having him at 70%, kind of sucks him running back, and he's even slower to get back to the action. But it was a change that was necessary, as after offensive teams captured the first point, it was extremely easy for Lucio to activate, the E skill and then rush everyone to the second point extremely quick. So of course it had to be adjusted, and for that reason, that's why he was a must pick on most competitive teams. Now for Roadhog, if the hook target isn't in Roadhog's line of sight when tracking the hook, they'll be moved back to the position where they're originally hooked. So I like this change because it's going to stop players from getting hooked and sliding across walls and stuff. So that's really good. Nice to see that change, so you're not getting hooked from weird spots. And then Zenyatta, which is a very interesting change. They actually adjusted the Orb of Discord, decreasing the debuff from 50% to 30%, but they also increased his damage from 40 to 46 on each of the orbs that he throws. So Zenyatta is going to do the same damage when debuffing and attacking an enemy, is that your teammates will do slightly less, which is pretty good because, again, Blizzard wants to see all their characters being played, and they don't want the same characters just dominate the same lineup. So making the debuff a little worse is okay, because it's still viable, but it's not that super powerful that you're not dead in 2 seconds. And they really wanted to get rid of the mandatory Zenyatta Lucio combo. But now here's the biggest news in these proposed patch notes. So it is dealing with Genji, and people are going as far as to say that Genji is completely destroyed because of these nerfs, and I'm gonna read them off to you and see if it's justified or not. So for one, double jump no longer gets reset while wall climbing. That sucks. With the swift strike or his dash move, it's no longer going to deal damage to traps like Widowmaker's Venom Mine or Junkrat's Steel Trap, and no longer bypasses Junkrat's Steel Trap as well. So with that change, it's fine. I mean, he shouldn't really be able to dash through, but the attack does damage, so it should kill the traps. I don't know. I don't really necessarily agree with the change, but I do understand it. And then it's no longer going to be interrupting your melee attacks. So Genji loses his triple jump. He loses the right click melee swift strike combo that does about 170 close range on characters, and he no longer destroys traps with swift strike as well. So I think. Oh, sorry, I'm actually missing one. And also his ultimate is also being reduced from 8 seconds to 6 seconds. So with all that in mind, I don't think Genji is terrible after these changes. I do agree with the ultimate that it was a little too much, but the triple jump nerf, I think, hinders his mobility a little bit too much. So I would like that to be changed back. As far as swift strike or the dash move, destroying traps or not and getting caught, I understand it. I don't think that affects his game too much. Junkrat's trap is useful and strong against Genji, as it should be, so I don't really mind it. But I don't know, taking away the triple jump I think is too much, but I don't think it's so much that Genji is a terrible character like everyone's making it out to be. I think he's slightly weaker, and people who still play Genji are they're still gonna play Genji in competitive and refuse to switch. So people will adjust. I would just like to see the triple jump back, and the ultimate nerf was needed because his ultimate was a little too long, and it is powerful. So 6 seconds, I think that's a sweet spot. I don't want it to go any lower than that, because then you don't have time to use it, because sometimes you do have to chase down your enemies. So all in all, I mean, these are okay notes. I mean, I'm a Genji, I wouldn't say a main player, but I do like playing Genji a lot. But it's disappointing that he's losing one of the things that makes him unique from the rest of the cast, because I do love mobility characters. So let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think the changes to Genji were too much? Do you think it's too little? What do you want to see reverted? And what do you guys want to see added to the game next? Season 2 is coming up, so we have a little longer break between Season 1 and 2 than Blizzard said we have normally. So I'm interested to see what changes stick and what changes actually end up getting reverted back in the future. But as for today, I'm EMP Jagan, representing Empire Arcadia, and I am out. Peace. Get him. Huh?
That's just open cards.
Yeah. He's a guy behind. I'm cheating the guy behind.